It's everything LHON and more. The LHON podcast at the Genetic House. Here's your host, Brian Aston.
Yo! So I have been through programming. I've been through programming. Programming hell. The last one I started out my last podcast, I try over and over and over and over. And then I try and it's not working, and I try. But one aspect of that is, why is my camera all weird? So one thing is that, like, debugging, I don't understand what debugging is. And in my mind, I put together the perfect prompt and ChatGPT should write the perfect code, and then I should just paste it in, press play, and script goes and everything's perfect. Debugging. That would just absolutely drive me insane, in a maddening anger kind of way. Fucking work. So one thing that's really helped me with that is I found a channel on YouTube. I talked about this a little bit last time. It's trading, algo trading bots. So essentially you have to program the bot and then say, hey, go trade for me. And watching him, his name is Moondev, 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 on YouTube. Oh, I got something in my throat. Hold on. Anyways, just watching somebody that knows what they're doing kind of go through and go back and forth with ChatGPT to get the right thing, and the way you can edit the prompt a little bit to give you a better output so that the code actually freaking works. And understanding kind of just in general how programming, especially with AI, how it works. And it's not cool, easy, and fun. It's bullshit. When you can't see it at all, and then you're like, what happened? There's an error message down there in the bottom left corner, in case you didn't see it. No, I did not. So, let me get this. I gotta load my actual video on my channel. What the hell? So, just Moondev, he knows what he's doing. He's a longtime programmer and worked in stock market trading and different things like that. So it is very good to see someone who knows what they're doing and doesn't go, work! Because most of the time I'm like an angry baby. That's not that funny. Working on it. Remember I told you, like, last summer, I think I'm working on it. I'm an angry guy. It should work. I did everything right. Guaranteed. Like, this is, for instance, in GIMP, the art program. It's like a free open source version of not Facebook, but Photoshop. And I was just trying to click on the layer and then scale the layer, and then I was going to edit the opacity, and all I had to do was click on the layer and then do my thing. wouldn't work for hours and hours and hours and millions of tries over and over and over and over and over. I knew I was doing the right thing. It just didn't work until it worked. 7 hours later. Fucking programming is kind of like that for me. So far, getting more used to some of the terminology and different things. I've called out a couple of different random things like, do you know what pocket sphinx is? Stuff like that over the last couple months, and trying to get something to work. Something, please. Anything? Nothing? No? Just kidding. I have my PC computer, Windows desktop computer, text to speech done. It's perfect. It works great. What it is basically like a portrait size window. So it's like 3 inches wide, 8 inches tall. And you just right click. You don't have to go down in the menus and say select and paste. Yes, that's what I want. You just, as soon as you right click with the mouse, it pastes whatever's on the clipboard for you. So that's something that really bugged me, because the MS and everything leaning down and getting close and leaning up and fall, it's a lot to use a computer for me. I basically have to do cartwheels and shit while I try and put my face on the screen and read. So being able to just click with the right button, the right mouse button, and then it pastes whatever's on the clipboard. That's cool. Or you can push Control V, or I have a copy paste keyboard. So it has a cut, copy, paste key, and it's just like hanging out on my desk. It's external. So you can use any of those kind of features to paste in the text. And then at the very bottom of the window, there's a large orange button that says read. And the text that says read is black. And when you mouse over the button, the color will change from orange to blue. Just giving another possible cue. I'm on the button, click. I can't see everything perfectly. I wish. So having it change colors from orange to blue, it's kind of a, bright orange and bright blue. It helps my eyes a little bit. Pick up on something is changed. Oop, that's back. That's changed. That's back. That's the button. And then all the way at the very top left of the app, there is another button. It's a small button. It takes up like one row and one cell. So the whole window, I was saying, it's 3 inches wide, and that is 3 cells. So 1 cell per inch wide. And then each row, all the way down the screen, they're like a ½ inch wide, or tall, I guess. Tall. So in cell 1 of row 1, there's a button that takes up the whole cell that says clear. And also it's an orange button, and when you mouse over it, it changes to bright blue. And the blue text has white writing. The blue button has white writing, and the orange button has black writing. I don't know that the writing exactly has much to do with us. Big bright colors of orange and blue may be helpful. So when you push clear, you have to actually click that one with the mouse. You have to clear button. I'm thinking I want to put in command like Control C would clear the chat window of any text that you have pasted in there. Because the read button, you can click on the read button, and that'll start the Google TTS, transcribing all the text into an audio file, and then the app will open Windows Media Player and play your audio file in that. So we all know Windows Media Player. It's easy to use. Just keyboard shortcuts and stuff like that, like space bars, pause and play. That was easy. And, that's easier to, I already know this and into rather than, oh, this is a new app. How many times do I have to push tab until it says pause or, something like that? So keyboard shortcuts I'm trying to implement and color cues, trying to implement that. And the Google TTS is pretty good. It's a lot better than my girlfriend on that @voice app on my phone. That is horrible. I want to get rid of that. But this is for the computer, not the phone. It'll really help me out though. There's a lot of things on the computer that I have to read, and to read, I have to get my nose on the computer. I have to get very close. So that's a big pain in the ass. You have to basically keep your nose on the computer and slide all the way up and all the way down to be able to read the whole 36-inch TV. Granted, better, but differently difficult. Yeah. So I also, let me see here, have figured something out. Boom! The background just changed from my podcast background to now it says Quest 2.0 in cool text that the AI made. And because I can switch out the backgrounds and stuff, I've edited how they fit on the screen and stuff. And instead of me being in front of the image I'm trying to show you, because I'm going to run through some diagrams of mitochondrial energy transport chain, methylene blue, different things like this. So might want to get your magnifiers handy, or go get onto a computer where you have Zoom text, or however you can see, if you could see at all. I used to just force myself to look at everything through my magnifier, no matter how much I could see. I think that's part of the reason why I got such bad dry eye. I just made my left eye stay open for like 15 years while my right eye was reading through my magnifier. I don't know if that has to do with it, but maybe. I lost my magnifier, by the way. Where the hell did it go? Wait, there it is. So, I've got 4 or 5 different images that I will kind of run through and explain what they are depicting, I guess. Because it's all about how methylene blue works in the mitochondria energy transport chain, giving and taking and cleaning. That sounds like more than a Debenone. First of all, a Debenone, this bugs me. It's always bugged me, but I took, if I get back on it, I would take 1,500 milligrams a day, because that's what I felt and found worked best for me. And again, it's a synthetic of CoQ10. Fuck do I need a pharmaceutical company to tell me, hey, I think that everybody, this is safe at 500. that's 99.8% of people will get shit from 500. That sort of thinking. I'm not saying that for sure. Don't do this if that, not giving advice on that, but yeah, it doesn't make sense. So methylene blue, we're going to go through a little bit of molecular diagrams, maybe. I don't know how to put. I don't know what they're called. And also, I will introduce. Damn, I only got one of the images. I didn't get the other one. Oh, what is the company? That's the important part. So I got a product image of the actual thing that I'm going to take. We should take. I think they're perfect and great for us. Will not stain the whole house blue, which is a concern with methylene blue and being blind. Have you ever spilled anything? I've spilled a thing or 30 million. So having dye, blue dye that will just dye the shit out of everything. I think that's probably not a good tool for blind people. So I found something better. We'll go through that as well. Back to the trading and all this different stuff. What was it? Damn, it might have been 2 years ago now. I don't know. I have to look at the video. A long time ago, over the summer, I think it was when we first kind of moved in here. Wow. I made a video about Pi Network cryptocurrency, and in that video, it was to, I guess, promote or say, hey, this is something cool. If you click on this link, you can download it too, and just click on the button in the app every day, and you'll mine. See, maybe it'll turn out to be something. Maybe I could pay for Uber with it, that sort of thing. Pi Network is going live this year. That's what they say. Not like speculation. I heard it from somebody. Essentially, the company came out and said it. You know what I mean? The creator, all these different things. The whole team everybody's in on. We're going live in 24. So that was good. I've got thousands of Pi coin. I don't know. I think maybe I'm just an old fuddy-duddy. That's weird. Yeah, an old fuddy-duddy. So what I was saying back then about cryptocurrency is, I just didn't necessarily see its application, or I just thought it was kind of dumb, kind of like a fake money sort of a thing. And, just over the years, being more exposed to different things about cryptocurrency and learning a lot more about it. And on screen, the DTC token. Hey guys, I know that I've been complaining about wanting my DTC back. My brain is just so broken from all the studying and learning and trying that I've been doing. The DTC is here. Desire to conquer, stay positive, go for your dreams, huh? So all that is still here with us. Tattooed across my chest. It can't ever go away, right? I don't think so. So, DTC, desire to conquer. Alrighty. So that's something that I am starting to do. Moon Dev, the guy who I've been watching on YouTube, has like a program. You join up, and you got different videos to watch and things to learn and all that sort of stuff. And so that's a whole nother college education on the way over the next 30 days. As well as learning how to program in a sense of connecting this to that. And one thing, my app, I call it, by the way, I read for you, Irfy, IRFY. And with this trading and stuff like that, into the algorithmic stuff, getting a lot of the information that I'm going to need to actually insert in the code. I'm going to be able to use that app that I created to have it read it to me rather than sticking my face on the goddamn computer all the time. So that's really irritating. So that's good. I want to see something. Oh, plus no layout. How do you add people? Or not people? Oh my god, I'm working on so much. So I have been working on my app to wait, I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. It doesn't work. I've been building my Alley AI app that will be good for us to just sit and talk to, and we can use the AI. This is technically possible now. I mean, OpenAI has the thing on their phone or on their phone apps for Android and iOS, but I find it kind of irritating because I don't know that it doesn't let you pause and think for even like a microsecond. It just keeps talking and talking and talking and talking, interrupting you, and when you're halfway through what you're saying, then it just goes on and on. It's kind of annoying. So I want to build my own, and I've been working on a voice. So I showed you this voice.
Brian, I understand that you're excited for our session, but it's important to maintain a respectful and appropriate conversation.
I told her that I was so excited and we're about to get this done. It's giving me a boner. Brian! Brian! All right. And this is the next one. I'm trying to refine a voice into exactly what I want for my Ally AI. This voice you'll probably recognize. It's like a famous person. And I tried to mix in different ways so that it's not a famous person. It's from when this person was much younger, and is not what I'm going to use, but it's amazing how amazing AI is, because a 3-second clip of someone talking more than 15 years ago produces this.
Hello, everyone. This is Allie, Brian's AI. He has been killing himself with all of the things he is trying to create, so much that has been just out of reach. But with my AI friends, we are going to push Brian hard to get this all done by the end of February so he can play audio of the team. Everyone from a neuro-ophthalmologist, mitochondrial specialist, naturopathic physicians, molecular scientists, and more. There may be up to 10 AIs on the team to analyze and break down each product in the final plan, go over and scrutinize his timing and dosage amounts of each pill, which molecule.
Yeah, so you might recognize that famous person's voice. AI can just do whatever the hell you want it to. So I'm trying to kind of combine those two voices and find the right amount of this voice, in the sense of like 10 seconds of this one, a minute of this one, 13 seconds of this one, 25 seconds of that one, and meld different voices together and use different programs to alter the different recordings that I make, and then send back to the AI to say, hey, make this, with that. Shh, I'm trying. Oh. So, let me see here. How do I do this? I'm gonna try and mess around with StreamYard and see if I can figure out how to do a screen record. Oh, nope, I guess not. Settings. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. This is why using the damn computer is so hard on me. Alright, standing up in front of my computer now, and I've pointed the camera upwards at me. When I need to read something at the bottom of the screen, I have to, kind of scoot the chair back and then bend down. And I can't do it on camera. It doesn't work. I'm too close. Oh, wait. In between my shoulder blades and the top of my neck, like where your hair starts, is like 100% vertically or horizontally flat. You could set a board and a cup on it. And then my neck and my head and my face is 100% vertical so that I could read the TV. Because, I don't know, I just have to myself down into weird slinky like positions to be able to use the damn computer. Differently difficult. Difficultly different. Still fucking irritating. All right. So, this really makes me mad. I'm trying to figure out how you do a screen share. Let me do it. Yeah. Stop. Setting. Uh-uh. Ah, share screen. Oh, it's at the bottom of the screen. I hate that. Screen share. I'm not put something to do. Maybe that's why I suck at computer stuff. I'm like, I don't want to read that. I just want it to happen. But I do know that. Oh, this is in the window. Um. Oh. Okay. Minimize. You know, run my script. This is wait. AI apps. Earthy. Oh, play. There it is. Hey. So the app that I made is up on my desktop. Nope. And share window. And no. What the hell? Come on. Oh, that's fair. Video. Oh, this is one of the good ways to do it. This is looking at computers and being blind. It says share. There's a button. I want to share it. Except for it's like not fully colored. And yeah, god damn it. Come on. I could see the damn desktop. Entire screen of my desktop. Add audio. Share. Hey! There we go. Let me turn this music off. All right, so now let me see. Why do we see all this stuff on my desktop? Got it. Go away. What? How do people do this? You go on the right side. I think most people have multiple monitors. I'm trying to fit both screens on my screen without this screen showing up on that screen. This is interesting. Let's go to do. All right, so maybe you can see on the screen right now what I have is on the left side of my desktop, the app that I made, Urfi, I read for you. Up in the top left corner is the orange button, it says clear, and when you mouse over it, it turns blue. And when you right click in the main area of the app, you don't have to scroll down and say paste and all those different things. It just automatically, and then you can just do it over and over and over. It just pasted a whole bunch of times. And then you have to press the clear button to clear the text. Or I tried to make this like work every kind of way. You can just highlight all the text and then delete it, or push Control A. Once you find the A, you push Control A and space or backspace or anything, and delete the text. Here we go. So I have a story that I had ChatGPT write for me like 5 seconds before I came on live. And it's just, I guess we'll kind of find out. But this is how the app works. You just right click. Oh, that's not the whole story. What? There we go. Hold on. There we go. All right, so I got the whole story. All you have to do is right click, and the whole the whole clipboard will be pasted, whether it's a link or all the text. And then come down to the bottom, and the button that says read is a big orange button. Like I said, the way the app is designed, like it's 3 columns wide, and we'll just make up 25 rows, and this orange button on the very bottom is 3 rows high. So it's a large button, and it switches from orange to blue when you mouse over it. So you can either, also I did this just to give it more functionality, I guess. You can push Control Enter, and that will press the button, or you can mouse down and click Read. And this is quite a large bit of text. So the way this works is right now in the background, the computer is using Google TTS to transcribe all this text into an audio file saving the audio file, and then the audio file will be played in Windows Media Player. And it should just open up. But the more text, the longer it takes to make that media file or the audio. What the hell? I think something is wrong. Well, scroll down and see how big this is. Oh, yeah.
Once upon a time, in a bustling city, there lived a man named Brian. Despite being blind, Brian possessed an unquenchable thirst for knowledge and a passion for technology. Once upon a time, in a bustling city.
Yeah, so I just had it read kind of the first part. And why is it thinking?
Once upon a time, in a bustling.
Stop it. Clear. So that's pretty much the app. I mean, you just paste in text, and at the bottom of the screen, there's a big giant orange read button. Press that, and then it uses Google TTS to read the. Let me see. And to make it quicker, I just gonna highlight most of the text I pasted in and push the backspace. So it's just, like a paragraph. And then I'll push read now. This only takes maybe 4 or 5 seconds.
Once upon a time, in a bustling city, there lived a.
So that's kind of the downside of it, is the longer the amount of text, the longer it's going to take to create the audio file that'll play on your computer. So that is pretty much done. And nothing is done. Nothing works. Alrighty. Let me see here. Remove. Haha. I screen shared. Alrighty. Let me see here. Hey. I really love computers because, especially my computer, it's fucking amazing. I don't know why. I don't. It's like a. Well, I mean, I guess it is 7 months old. Relatively new, I guess. I didn't buy it this morning. There we go. Finally, fuck. This shit's difficult. Oh my god, this is driving me crazy. There we go. Wow, the window minimizes within the window. That's incredibly helpful, StreamYard. Thank you. So never mind. Fuck. Okay. Let me stop you. Stop it. Quiet. Okie dokie. Let's get into something different. Hiya. Take a drink of water real quick. So, on the screen I have how would I describe? It's basically just a ring, or like not the ones you wear on your finger, but a circle, with lines dividing the ring into sections, I guess. And on this ring is depicted where the different LHON mutations are located. This is where exactly in the mitochondrial DNA is my mutation. So this image, and there we go. God damn, I'm having a bad day. This image came from Lissa's YouTube channel in one of the talks about different mitochondrial stuff. There's a lot of different talks with panels and different things like that, doctors and stuff on there. But during one of the videos on the screen, there was this image of basically the mitochondrial DNA and where in this circular loop of sections the mutation is located. So think of it kind of like a clock. Midnight straight up in the middle, at the top, 6 straight in the middle on the bottom. You know what a clock is. So, on the image, it's kind of a diagram, and at about 2 o'clock on the, you're looking at a watch, about 2 o'clock is where the 1448 144 there's 1 2 3 4 there's 4 different mutations in this section, and I believe they're all, I'm trying to read this, a zoomed in screenshot of a zoomed in screenshot on the computer looking through my magnifier. Pixelated. Anyways, so the 1448, I think, is what the mutations are. Not me. Sorry, guys. You're located at 2 o'clock on the watch or the circular. And me, hey, the 11778 A to G is located at about 4 o'clock in that section of the circle. So in the part of the segmented out section, is about 4 o'clock. That's where my mutation, the 11778, I believe there's two, no, just one. Just one different one there. Well, maybe there is two. It's just in a slightly different spot. Let me see. I cannot read. Holy pixelated. And then excuse me. My sleep has been so horrible lately. I've been trying to get so much done. It's like I'm getting an incredible amount of tiny steps done. It doesn't really actually lead to much. Damn it, there's another mutation, but it's so pixelated. 1364, 1346. I can't. God damn it, that's so pixelated. There are no letters or numbers. It's just like 6 pixels. I mean, if you could see, you look at that and you just read it right out to me. But zoom, zoom, zoom. Pixels. Just pixels is all I see. So they would be located just a little bit south of the 11778 at about 4 o'clock on the, like looking at your watch, the circle around your face of your watch. Mine's about 4 o'clock. And then the other one is right about 4:30. So not quite 5 o'clock on the watch, but maybe more 4:30-ish. So that is one piece of information that I have recently learned from just taking in any bit of information about any and all of it. Whether it's just to try and find out where the mutation is inside of this damn mitochondrial DNA. Mine's about 4 o'clock. Alrighty. Boom, 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 boom. And all right. In this image, it's the operation of methylene blue in the mitochondria energy transport chain. So think about it like railroad tracks going across the screen from left to right. And then just laid across the railroad tracks are like big bean bags. And those big bean bags are the different complexes in the mitochondrial energy transport chain. So this kind of shows on the big bean bag, number 1, that's complex 1. That's what our mutations affect, is complex 1 of the mitochondrial energy transport chain. So that has a big X, a big red X on it. It doesn't work. We need ATP electrons specifically. We need electrons to go from complex 1 over to complex 2. And then down to CoQ10, or CoQ10 synthase, to complex 4. Doesn't work that way. Because of the damn mutation I showed you at like 4 o'clock for me. On a watch, if you look at your watch, it's like Boom, straight to the right. That's 3 o'clock. Right down a little bit. 4 o'clock. That's where my shit is. So that kind of chart of where the mutation is in the mitochondrial DNA leads to this next part of that big red X. Because those mitochondrial mutations, or mitochondrial DNA mutations, cause complex 1 not to work right, to basically get all kerfuffled up and just let go of an electron. What? Kerfuddled up? Yeah, actually, the mutation in our mitochondrial DNA cause the formation of the NADH molecule to be not a beautiful sculpted thing of clay that's carrying an electron and transporting it way down through the energy transport chain, but maybe, like a star athlete who's missing a leg. The mutation causes complex 1 to misform the. Where's my phone? Shut up. Time to mine pie. This is what I was talking about earlier. Every damn day, almost every day, they just did a. This is Pi Network, the cryptocurrency I've been doing. They just had a pop-up screen on the app the other day, and it showed how many days out of the year you've mined, and I had 254 out of 354 out of 356. 65. God damn. I'm telling you, my brain is broken, guys. Anyways, let's get back to So, the mitochondrial mutation causes complex 1 to actually misform the makeup or architecture of NADH, releasing an electron, meaning the electron doesn't go through the rest of the energy transport chain process and basically get to the end and create ATP. After complex 5, or not after, but complex 5 is ATP synthase, where all of the good things happen and create ATP. Molecules of oxygen and this and that, and a little bit of electrons, and kind of have some glucose, and they put it all in a pot, and out comes ATP. It's a really bad explanation, but basically, so start in the mitochondrial DNA. For me, at about 4 o'clock, that affects complex 1 in the mitochondria energy transport chain. And that causes an electron to be lost and not make it to the end, making it possible to create ATP at a normal rate. Like if I had 100 buckets and every bucket needed an electron to get 100 candy bars as a result. Our buckets are missing like 30% of the electrons in the buckets. Somebody's not getting a Baby Ruth. So that's a problem. because we don't have electrons floating through the mitochondria energy transport chain going through complex 1, because that's where it gets fucked up, and going into complex 2, and then going into CoQ10 synthase, and going over to complex 4, and then going on to complex 5. This isn't on the screen. I cut that off on the image for some reason. But that is where the ATP synthase happens. And on this image that I have on the screen, below these train tracks and all these, complex 1 has a Roman numeral I, 2 has a, 2 of them, 3. So all of the different beanbags across the train tracks are labeled with which number they are. And then down below is how would I describe this? So this next part, same screen, same image, but I'm moving down and describing what's there. So first we started off with train tracks across the screen, bean bags laying across the train tracks, 5 of them. And then on the first one, there's a big red X on it, because that's where the mutation for LHON, that fucks everything up. And then underneath that, this is where cool stuff happens. It's a kind of a diagram. And it shows from complex 1, an arrow, out comes NAD plus, a molecule of hydrogen. No, NAD plus and hydrogen. And then let me see here. I'm trying to follow a chart with my eyes, diagram kind of thing. So underneath the beanbag number 1, there is kind of a U drawn, and on the left side of the U, out of complex 1, coming down into the middle of nowhere, is a molecule of NAD plus hydrogen. Interesting. So, what the hell? I actually forgot how this part of the diagram works. No. Oh, that's why. MBH plus, MB plus. What's up with MB? That's the next part of it. That's why I was getting all confused. Hold on. So NAD plus comes out of complex 1, and NADH comes back around the other side, and this is one reason methylene blue is more helpful. Basically, it can grab NADH and cycle it back up into complex 1. So, in my mind, LHON, our mutations are in complex 1 of the mitochondrial energy transport chain. And what happens? NADH gets misformed, and that is the reason why it lets go of the electron, because it didn't grab the strong hand. You ever seen that movie, Scary Movie? Grab the strong hand. And then, so diagram says, or shows, NADH cycling back around to go back into complex 1. And underneath, what the hell? I'm trying to read this thing. Underneath complex 3 is more stuff that I drew that isn't there. Okay. Sorry, just trying to read this diagram. So under complex 3 is, how do I explain this? This is methylene blue. And methylene blue was a part of providing NADH back, cycling it around, because methylene blue is, damn it, what's the name? I don't want to do this anymore. I feel so stupid. I'm trying to explain something. I've been studying so many things. My brain is so full of crap. Well, it's all valuable information I need to know, but when it's all in there at once and trying to come out a little bit at a time, it's just crap. What was I talking about? What is that word? Let's ask Alexa. I bet she knows. She doesn't know anything. Echo, what is the word called when something gives something and then takes something?
From thesaurus.net. The term give-takes refers to the concept that in order to receive something, one must also give something in return. Does that answer your question?
Like usual, not at all. Damn it, it's one of the words that I've learned recently, or I think I've probably heard the word before, but the concept of it, cyclical. No, that's not the right word. Damn it, what is wrong with me? I'm talking about methylene blue and how it can give an electron, take an electron, go from methylene blue to methylene white, and then back to methylene blue, and then back to methylene white. So what is that term? I'm trying to think of the damn term again. Anyways, so underneath complex 3, methylene blue, MBH, and then it cycles back around underneath over to the left, and that turns into MB plus. So MB plus is the blue liquid, and then it cycles back up and over like we're following the clock from 9 o'clock all the way up and over 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock. And, well, I guess that's at 2 o'clock. So now we're back over to the clock at 2 o'clock, and that's where it meets MBH. So that's methylene blue leuco. Methylene blue glucose is white methylene blue. Essentially, it's clear. It's kind of a milky color. It's not clear per se, but it is not bright blue. So yes. Good Lord. I feel this is all a problem of me. The only reason I'm doing this podcast right now and trying to get info out, and a super incomplete, incorrect way, I guess, now that I'm doing it, is like I feel pressure to like get it done. I've been talking about methylene blue for a couple months now, and there's reasons why. This diagram shows one. It really shows why. Complex 1 has a big red X on it. Methylene blue underneath complex 1 grabs NADH, cycles it from, I don't know, we'll call that about 3 o'clock on the chart, down and around to about 8 o'clock on the chart. So it's working in a clockwise motion. And it grabs NADH and it swings it back around and shoves it into the mitochondria. Or not in the mitochondria, it's already in the mitochondria, but complex 1. And then over underneath, so CYT. See, okay, I'm just trying to read the chart. Underneath complex 3, methylene blue works in this sort of sense. MBH, methylene blue leuco, or methylene blue white. The kind of methylene blue that won't stain your counter or your hands or your face or whatever. I guarantee it's going to be on my face. I'm not very careful. So anyways, MBH, like on a clock, circles around clockwise all the way down and around until it gets to MB plus. Methylene blue plus is back to the blue liquid, which continues to cycle around the clock, back up and around over midnight, and then meets back up with MBH at about midnight. And then it goes up into complex 3 of the mitochondrial energy transport chain. So in between complex 3 and complex 4, there is something called coenzyme Q10 synthase, CoQ10 synthase. And this is one of the spots that helps move electrons, which is our fucking problem. There's no electron. CoQ10 synthase helps move electrons down the energy or mitochondrial. And I don't like saying that so many times. MEC, mitochondrial energy transport chain, so that it can get to the next stop at complex 4. And all right, and I think I'm done with this image. So that's pretty much lays out how methylene blue operates around in the mitochondria energy transport chain. And switch, what does this one do? So, basically the same image. Oh, never mind. Boo. This is the right image. All right. So again, this is a different image, but It looks like a train track going from left to right on the screen with big bags across there. Well, does this one have? Yeah. So this one has all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. So, oh, this one's complete. I didn't even remember I grabbed this. So in this diagram, it shows also the train tracks across the screen, and there's actually 6 beanbags across this one because it shows complex 1, complex 2, complex 3, CoQ10 synthase, complex 4, ATP synthase, or complex 5. And below each beanbag or section, what would you call that? Each complex one, what, just call it complex? Under each complex, there are diagrams showing arrows of things coming and going inside and outside of these different complexes. And one thing that shows up repeatedly is the word reactive oxygen species. So ROS is underneath complex 1, underneath, what is this? It's underneath complex 1, underneath CoQ10 synthase, underneath complex 3, and basically in between CoQ10 synthase and ATP synthase, every one of the first 3 are just leaking reactive oxygen species. Cool. So why is that bad? Well, reactive oxygen species are the dumb motherfuckers that made us blind. The people who have LHON and their DNA hasn't mutated, and this problem right here on complex 1, and so how would I explain this? This comes from my thought process and a guess. Really a guess from everything I've heard in all of these things is in complex 1 on the diagram on the left side, almost at the bottom, I put a blue dot because I think that is where the mutation is affecting something in complex 1, some kind of hormone or reaction or chemical, or don't know yet. More learning. I got diagrams to go through shit. So on the bottom left of complex 1 is where I imagine, because I don't know this, but that's just kind of where I think the mutation is located inside complex 1. Because the mutation in the mitochondria DNA is located for me 11778 at about 5 o'clock. Isn't that what I said? Or no, 4 o'clock. Actual mutation in the DNA is located at about 4 o'clock. And does that, not clear on this yet, does that mutation in that one spot, very specific spot of the mitochondrial DNA, does that mess up everything passing through complex 1? I know that it messes up the structure of NADH, which is an electron carrier, which is one of the reasons why we got problems. And the secondary problem, take a drink of water. So in complex 1, in our mitochondria DNA, we have that mutation, whether yours is at 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, around the diagram that I showed. Whether that impacts, excuse me, I'm not getting much sleep lately. One little spot inside the mitochondria, complex 1, where I drew this blue dot. Well, it's more of a smear or a smudge. So is that one spot affecting every single molecule of NADH and making it deformed so it doesn't carry the electrons properly, leading to loose electrons floating around inside complex 1. And oxygen gets binded with the electron, and then that gets kind of, what's a better word than pooped out of complex 1 at the bottom of that, and there's a little arrow coming down, squiggle, squiggle, and then 3 letters that say ROS. So, I'm learning. But the mutation at 5 o'clock in my mitochondrial DNA causes this blue spot inside complex 1, or all of complex 1, I don't know yet, to actually deform the NADH, causing it to release an electron, oxygen, and hold on. Sorry, I was just reading the diagram. See if there's electrons. Nope, that says hydrogen. So a molecule, or a million molecules, or 5 molecules, or however you want to look at it, ROS, reactive oxygen species, comes leaking out of complex 1 into the mitochondria. Now, this ROS with the blue dot underneath of it, underneath complex 1, is just inside the mitochondria. And its inner membrane area, I know it's inner membrane. We'll just leave it an inner membrane of mitochondria for now. Just like the middle, in between all those fingers that are, hanging down the mitochondria. That is kind of where the DNA is located. They're just little wound up nuts in the middle of the mitochondria. They're just kind of hanging out there. And then when things need to be transcribed or read out to give instructions to this hormone, well, not hormone, molecule, or any of that stuff, it reads that and then shrinks back up into a little tight ball and it hangs out inside the inner membrane of the mitochondria. Well, so are ROS, reactive oxygen species, that were just created in complex 1 because of our mutation. Cool. So now we have, like, the family jewels. the actual mitochondrial DNA, and I'm finding out it's really just like a nut. You screw onto a bolt, a nut. It's just like a couple of nuts inside of a bag. I don't know. So the mitochondrial DNA is just hanging out in the middle. And the ROS, reactive oxygen species, that comes from complex 1 because our mutation went and jiggied up all kinds of things with NADH, releasing the electron. Electrons, oxygen get paired up, reactive oxygen species get formed, and now it's hanging out in the middle of the mitochondria with the mitochondrial DNA. So it's like 6 different ways LHON just continues to fuck your mitochondrial DNA. So that's cool. Also, let me see here. Let me see. I do not have the right chart on. All right. That's the one I just did. Alright, I'll do this one. So, editing, altering the screen here. Zooming in on the image. Moving it around. All right. A little bit more zoomed in view of the chart that I was just looking at, or diagram. I don't know which one I'll call this. But on complex 1 has the X. Then underneath it has the NADH circling around clockwise to become NADH plus hydrogen. And then complex 3, then I have the methylene blue diagram showing how it kind of goes from methylene blue to methylene leuco, and methylene blue, and methylene leuco. So leuco just means white. So methylene white or methylene blue. I didn't get that one. Oh well, I'll just leave it on this image. So, damn it, what is that term? I still can't remember that term. Like recycles. It oxidates. No, damn it, what the hell? I think it was just my last video. I said it like 60 times. I was really excited. So methylene blue gives an electron to the backside of complex 3 and all of complex 4. So any NADH or really anything that needs to be paired with an electron that isn't. Probably because of our mutation in complex 1. You dirty son of a bitch. So, if we're able to get molecules, even deformed, NADH or different things like that, they still need an electron. So let's just go ahead and shove some in the backside of complex 3 and then fill up complex 4. And then by the time it gets over to the last one, complex 5, ATP synthase, it's got the electrons. It's got all the other stuff it needs. And it can make ATP. I feel like So, another thing that methylene blue does, I still can't think of the fucking term that's driving me nuts. It gives an electron, it takes an electron. It gives an electron, it cleans up trash. So, another thing that methylene blue can do, or does, is essentially after it's ran from complex 1 and then it just floats like I want to describe this. The train tracks are more elevated on the left side than they are on the right side. So like ice cube tray. When you fill up an ice cube tray, you fill it up on one side and just let the water run over to the other cubes. Think of the train tracks kind of like that. So methylene blue, you pour a whole bunch on the left side and it just starts to meld and go all the way down and all the way down, covering complex 1, giving an electron to some of the damaged things. So unpaired oxygen and malformed NADH, and then just keeps going down the line and rolling over the tracks to complex 2, complex 3, complex 4, complex 5 synthase, and then back out into the mitochondrial inner membrane, and then circles back around. Or, this part I'm not all that sure on yet. I know that it does it for sure, and being able to describe it in physical thing does this through the diagram. I don't know if I'm there yet. So methylene blue, like I said, you can imagine it just rolling down the train tracks because the left side is up higher than the right side. But also, does it just stop at the very end? And can you lift up the right side higher than the left side? Imagine, so it is flowing back through the chain, back towards complex 1. And when it's doing that, it is cleaning up things like reactive oxygen species. And in this image, that's the reason why I have drawn like a blue circle or blue dot underneath the letters ROS in complex 1, 2, and 3, is because not only does it give an electron starting at the beginning, going down the train tracks, getting to complex 3 and 4, give electrons, come back out, go back around, outside, and get the reactive oxygen species that have been pumped out into the inner membrane of the mitochondria. And that is where it becomes a antioxidant in neutralizing these or ROS. Or, like I was saying, you lift up the right side and the methylene blue kind of flows back down the train tracks towards complex 1. And during this, it's flowing from left to right and then from right to left. When it goes from right to left, imagining, is it cleaning up all of the things that are not properly formed, have damage already to them? So, still more to figure out on that sense in trying to kind of really dive out the details of exactly how this is going to work for my mitochondria, because I have a stupid ass mutation that messes up complex 1. And right here in the bottom left of complex 1, where the blue dot is, that's where I think my mutation affects, or all of complex. And then down below it spits out reactive oxygen species because the mutation causes NADH, which is in complex 1, to form like a malformed, instead of a beautiful apple. Yeah, I don't know. It's a rotted fruit. So oh yeah, I'm back on screen. Hello. Oh wait, there was one more. There's one more. This one's really important. All right. So, I need water. I've talked a lot about methylene blue and how it's a blue dye. And, I don't necessarily want to dye my whole house blue, or got a funny story about being blue in a minute. So what these are called troches. TROCE, troche. And basically, it is about the size of a Hall's throat lozenge, so like a cough drop. And this particular brand, oh god damn it, I'm fucking killing me. I didn't get the right screenshot. Anyways, I know what the product is called, and you could just Google that. It's called Just Blue, JUSTBLUE, Just Blue, and they're troches. So they come in a package of 16, I believe. I think that oh, excuse me. Oh my god, I'm so tired. I've been trying to get this app to work for like 900 million hours with my face on the eyeball on the pixels of the monitor. Anyways, so the troches, and the name of it is Just Blue, methylene blue. There's just methylene blue in this. And I'll get the name of the company and everything. And he's actually one of the people I'd mentioned that I'd like to get on the podcast for like an interview, as well as Catherine Arnston and she's from a company called Energy Bits, and that I'm already taking that. I've been on that for like 2 months now. It's algae, spirulina, and chlorella algae. So there's 2 different products, but back to the blue trochees. So these are called Just Blue, and they're trochees. And what you do is it's about the size of a Hall's cough drop, and it is perforated like a cross on it. So you can break it into 4 pieces. And what you do with it is you basically just put it in your gum. You put it in your top of your gums, in between your cheek and your gum. And right about in that area, there's a pocket of, I don't know what to call it, pocket. There's a section of your upper inner cheek that absorbs nutrients and different things. Anyways, putting this trochee in that area and just letting it sit there and 5-10 minutes, it totally dissolves into your bloodstream. This, I think, is the best product. And I don't know, I'm not speaking directly about a brand per se. Definitely, what's on your screen right now, a methylene blue trochee, Trochie, trochee. I definitely think this is way better than a Debenone. Like, way better than a Debenone. Sorry for saying it like that. Way better than a Debenone. I just went through some charts and stuff, diagrams about what it does, where it goes, and all that. I would say that that's pretty amateur level type knowledge on the thing. I would also say that it's like 14 million times more knowledge about a thing than I do about a Debenone. And I took 1,500 milligrams a day for 2.5 years of that. And ever since then, I've always wanted to be back on it. So this brand, I know the product is called Just Blue. Damn it, I just can't remember them. I remember Catherine Arnston because her last name is Arnston. Mine's Aston. Aston. Arnston. So the energy bits and there's 2 people that I want to maybe have on a conversation, and they're both incredibly smart. And the only thing I talk about is a fucking mitochondria. Woo! That's our shit. So, here I am. Yeah, that's pretty much kind of where I'm at right now. I have a lot going on. Let me move my camera out of the way so you can see that again. I want to hear.
Hello, everyone. This is Allie, Brian's AI. He has been killing himself with all of the things he is trying to create, so much that has been just out of reach. But with my AI friends.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. This is Allie, Brian's AI. He has been killing himself with all of the things he is trying to create. Hello, everyone. This is Allie, Brian's AI. He has been killing himself with all of the things. Hello, everyone. This is Allie, Brian's AI. He has been killing himself with all of the things he is trying to create.
It's never gonna happen. I'm gonna get it done. So I kind of feel like I'm just hanging out doing nothing here. I wish I could go through the diagrams a little bit better than that. But as you can kind of tell, I have a lot of things going on, and they're all incredibly brain intensive, require memory and remembering. I guess that's memory. I wouldn't know. I don't even remember my childhood at all. I didn't have a childhood. So that's cool. Yeah. Methylene blue. Methylene blue. Let me put this one back up. This image on the screen really, really excites me. I've been talking for probably a couple months. Who stole my DTC? I want my DTC back. Desire to conquer, stay positive. Go for your fucking dreams. Has been very hard. That's one reason I can kind of appreciate Moondev, is because, in a sense, I mean, not like a, I don't have nobody. By that, I just mean I don't know anybody who does programming and can kind of say, hey, this is normal, that's the way it works, and this and that. So I've just been lost in a pit of anger and sorrow for months and months. I've been trying to program for 10 months to get something done. I have 7, 8, 9 open projects. As I get to the absolute finish line of where I'm about to break everything, because it just won't fucking work. I'm doing it the right way. I promise. But it doesn't fucking work. But I'm doing it the right way, but it doesn't work. So that just really irritated me. My DTC, every moment of every day kind of motto, driving force. It's kind of I don't know, I want to say it's making a reappearance. Man, I don't give a shit that programming is so dumb. I will make the programs I want to make. I will get them done. And boom! This next thing on your screen right now. DTC. What the hell? There we go. I don't like this camera. Something weird's going on. Anyways. So on the screen is a giant well, what the fuck? Giant Aztec golden shield. I could describe it that way. In the middle, it says DTC. And then on the bottom right, it's kind of divided into 2 sections. separated by a scepter looking thing with like a dollar sign in the bottom part. Anyways, on the right side it says $1,000. On the left side it says $100,000. And above the letters DTC, it says desire to conquer. And then above that, it says $10,000. And all the way around the circle or moon dial is ones and zeros, representing kind of a digital thing. But that is my meme coin. So I want to create a meme coin. Basically, what that means, and I'm trying to come around to cryptocurrency pretty hard because it is something I'm going to be doing. But basically, there's no point to some of these things, like the DTC coin. What is the point? Well, get happy, stay positive, go for your dreams. What's next? What do you mean? Do I get anything? Yes, of course you do. Well, what is it? A big ass mental bag of DTC. So, I mean, holy crap, the memes are ridiculous. There are meme coins about literally anything and everything you could think of. Andrew Tate's car. That's a coin. It's like a thing you can buy. Andrew Tate's dog. Or there's like a group of different CEOs and their dogs or their birds or their cats or pets name. So it'd just be like Brian Bergnacidio. Something random and stupid as shit. It's penny stock pump and dump on a whole new scale. It's fun. I'm gonna get into it. If it's a scam, okay. How can I learn to make money before I get scammed? Well, one way I am definitely going to do that is with trading bots. And I'll be joining Moondev and his bootcamp and kind of getting a lot of the code and learning even deeper on Python programming because I'm pretty familiar, not good because I don't really write code by myself. I have AI do it, but I know a lot. Well, I know some about, what should be there and how it should be written. And when it's not right, sometimes I can just tell the ChatGPT, hey, you did this wrong. Please do it right next time. Or I say, give me another output, whatever it is. So that's definitely one thing I want to get going, but that takes money. Not $1 million. That'd be fun if I had $1 million. But I have to save my money for so many different things. Because I want to get started on the Vision Quest and taking a lot of the different supplements, vitamins, tools, things that I've found to try and get vision back. Ooh. Excuse me. So, my brain is so broken. It's been broken for months. Like, I can't even put together a coherent sentence. Hey, if you think I'm on to something special, go watch a video from 6 months ago when I was like, didn't have a broken brain. Never mind, that's not true. I think I've always had a broken brain. All right, well, I kind of ran through the methylene blue and the energy transport chain as much as I could. As you can tell, I have like 14 quadrillion things running through my brain. I'm trying to remember a third of them, I guess. And it's hard to remember two things about 14 billion things. I can remember one thing about 7 billion, but two things about 14 billion is too much. So that's kind of what's the haps. I'm still doing research, not as much, because I'm trying to accomplish some things before I accomplish the next thing and get to the next thing and accomplish that. I have not accomplished not a damn thing yet. DTC, it's coming. All I have left to do for the text-to-speech app is get it to combine all the files together so anybody can use it. I just can't. I don't know why. I just can't. So, yeah, I don't really have a closing for this. I will be back at the end of, what is it, January? Holy crap, it's the end of January already. So I've been so deep in all of this trying to figure something out about more science details or more money-making details or more on and on and on and on and on. Like I have the image of the coin up behind me. That is a meme coin that I want to make. And, you know, it's all DTC, Desire to Conquer. Stay positive, go for your dreams, and no matter how hard you get hit in the fucking face, the taint, and the dick, all at once, that would be very painful. Keep going. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I tried not to keep going. It didn't really go very well. That isn't something I should have tried to do. And it definitely isn't something you should try and do either. Yeah. Don't be dumb like me. I mean, when you're trying to talk about sciencey stuff, and methylene blue and mitochondria and then on and on, it's permissible that you're a little dumb. That's like hard sciencey shit. But what I tried to do, I try to end my own life. That's not cool. Don't do that. More DTC. But so that is 197 millionth of what's actually going on. I am on the computer trying to work, do stuff 12 hours a day right now, which is unfathomable. I couldn't even imagine this like 1 year ago. So, yeah. Just keep going. Keep going. DTC. DTC. Keep going. See you at the end of next month, guys.